Howdy fellas, we're back with another video. Let's check out the standings. Looks like the Cavs are the best team for the 59th straight year, followed by the Magic, followed by the Sixers, then the Bulls. So basically Cavs Magic are right at the top with that differential. The Hawks are at 5 somehow. I guess they have some good 2K regens. The Knicks are on another good year. They traded for Mobley. Then we have Pistons, Nets, Hornets, Wizards, Bucks, Celtics, Raptors, Pacers, and the Heat, who have won 3 games. Now this is a truly bad team. This is what I'm talking about. Unlike this, which is not a bad roster, as you can tell by the fact that they have Trae Young, Devin Booker, and Victor Wembanyama. And yet, this is somehow the worst team in the West. Also, I'm just going to complain. This team, which was the 1 seed last year, is now the 10 seed. With 0 roster changes. Makes sense, dude. Anyways, the actual 1 seed, we have Portland and Tatum. 2 spot, we have the Jazz. The 3 seed, we have the Rockets here. In the 4 seed, we have the Suns. And then the Lakers are the 5 spot, despite losing, I forget who their center was in the offseason that they lost in free agency. Markkanen, Miller, Sabonis, and the Warriors. That's a good starting lineup right there, for sure. Then we have Sonics, Outlaws, Kings, Mavs, Wolves, Grizzlies, Spurs, Thunder, and the Nuggets. Let's take a look. I'm going to show crap in random order. So first we'll show free agents. Actually, I don't think I really need to show these. Only one guy got signed, so you can still see them from the last video if you want to know a specific money. But yeah, there's not really a lot to see there in terms of free agents, I guess. Show draft picks. I'm just waiting for the season, honestly, where the top teams change. Seems like we've had the same top teams year after year after year. It's probably changed more in the West, but the East, it's like, dude, it's just the same 3 or 4 teams every year, man. And there's like no other teams that are making a push in the East to be a top team. I guess if someone made a push, they'd be up there though, right? So in most cases, unless you're just the Nuggets. There's draft picks. We'll do cap tables first. The Sixers, who are a top team out east. The Bulls, who are always a top team as well. The Cavs, who have the best record in the league right now, I believe. They've started out with the best record now a few years in a row. I think, honestly, if we push through this sim for like another year or 2, there's going to be some real change up in the league. And I kind of want to see what that looks like. Because how old, if I check really quick, how old is Giannis? He's 35, dude. Like, this is probably his last really good season, okay? And then there's going to be a spot opening up in the East because some of these teams, the Bulls, the Cavs, and everyone are going to be getting old. And so I just don't know who in the East is necessarily ready to fill that hole. Potentially the Knicks, but we'll see. Maybe the Hornets as well. The Kings here with 18, basically 19 million in room. The Knicks, who did acquire Mobley, we'll see in a second if he's willing to extend or not. I can't remember if he was willing to extend before being traded. But he wasn't extended, so we'll see now. Dang, the Magic have their entire team under contract for next season. So do I, for the most part. Yeah, I think I'm going to have like 3 years with this roster, if not 4. Unless I decide to blow it up because I'm the 10 seed for some reason. I'm going to have to do some looking into my stats and stuff and figure out what's wrong. Pacers, who are under new management, 18 over the cap. The Outlaws, who I think are in the playoffs right now out west, so good for them. Obviously, they have Nick Smith, who's been playing very well, and Marshall, I believe, was a top pick. The Raptors, who have $2 million in room. The Rockets here, who are 37 over the cap, having another solid season from them after their title a couple years ago. The Spurs, who are still in full rebuild, sitting on that $66 million in cap room. Suns, who are off to another good start to the season. I think the Suns did acquire Miles Turner as well, so it's good for them. The Thunder and Wolves both have a good amount of salary cap space. And Portland, who is once again the top seed out west. Followed by the Warriors, who are in the playoff mix. And lastly, the Wizards, who are 25 over the cap. Now we'll take a look here at contract extensions and see who is willing to re-sign. It looks like Ja Morant is willing to extend for the Sixers. That's a big one that they're going to want to jump on. Same with Darius Garland. So, and Anthony Davis. I mean, he only wants a minimum. How old is he? 36, dude. Did I show Josh Hart as well wants a minimum? Nobody for the Bucks. Still a lot of guys here for the Bulls. Bane, Tyus Jones, Joel, Wendell Moore, Tari Eason. For the Cavs, a ton of guys. DeAndre Ayton and Sharp, both willing to extend, as well as Giannis. Is it worth paying Giannis that much money when he's going to be turning 36? Probably, yeah. You know what else you're going to do? Just let him walk. Peyton Watson for the Celtics. Nobody for the Grizzlies. A couple guys here for the Hawks. RJ Barrett, Kawhi will take a minimum, and Anthony Black. Definitely get those guys re-signed. Caleb Martin, Johnny Davis, and Kevon Looney for the Heat. Just Maxey here for the Hornets. And then a lot of guys here for the Jazz. Or never mind, only 2 guys. No one for the Kings. A few guys here for the Knicks. Christian Braun, Jalen Suggs, Sean Brown, Kenyon Martin Jr. It's Christian Brown. I'm a Nuggets fan and I can't even say his name. Probably because he pronounces his name wrong. Jalen Williams will extend for the Lakers. That's good. Jaime Jaquez, Benedict Mathurin. A lot of guys. Zion will extend for the Magic. I don't know if B-Harp saw this. He wants $50 million, and it looks like only 2 years. Same with Donovan Mitchell. He'll extend, so they could keep their core together. I will extend that dude, because fuck it. Boncaro and Sensabaugh for the Nets. Trey Mann, Josh Green, Jordan Poole for the Nuggets. Devin Vassell and Pascal Siakam still for the Pacers. Christopher, Cat, and Kobe White. For the Pistons, Wiggins, Fultz, and Ivy. You definitely want to get Ivy extended. DiVincenzo for the Rockets. Killian Hayes for the Spurs. Jarrett Allen, as well as Simons and not Freeman for the Suns. Malachi Branham, Brandon Clark. So many guys that just will extend. Like, this is why it's important to pay attention to this part of the video, because there's Jason Tatum. It's like, it's a huge advantage to just be able to extend all these guys. That's like the 3 best players for the Warriors. or 3 of their big 5 who are just willing to resign. And then Matthew Kennedy wants a minimum. Okay. Let's take a look now at league leaders. I'm sorry I do this in a different order every season. Rodney Andrews for the Hornets is second in the league in scoring. He was the 7th pick in 2027. So this guy's not done progressing yet. And he's second in the league in scoring. Keontae, SGA, Colin Freeman. A good amount of regens on the list for sure. Bilal Coulibaly. I've scrolled too far, haven't I? For rebounding, it looks like Mobley is leading the way there. For assists, John Morant. Steals, it's Case and Wallace. For blocks, Kessler. Turnovers is Brandon Miller. Fouls is Gary Adkins. Field goal percentage is Daniel Gafford, followed by Duran, Walker Kessler, Isaiah Jackson. And 3-point percentage, Jason Tatum leading the league in shooting, followed by Theodore Lynham of the Suns, Jordan Hawkins of the Jazz, Tyrone Baylor, he's up there, Dan Burns of the Sonics, he was the 22nd pick a couple years ago, so that's looking like a very solid pick. Dude is putting up 14 points. Good 3-point shooter. Okay, I think the last thing that I just have to show is every single player's stats. So we'll scroll over to 3-point, and here we go. Sixers. I might just shut up now because I don't know what else to say really. Although I do want to see my team and try to figure out what the hell is wrong with them. Maybe they're just bums. What seed were the Celtics? Were they a playoff team? Lauren Barnes is putting up 18 and 12. Not shooting well though. Seems like none of these regens shoot well, which is the only thing that's concerning to me in terms of continuing the sim for a lot longer. Is like all these freaking guys just don't want to shoot above like 43%. And maybe that's just the way the league will be then, dude. Like, just a bunch of 40% shooters. Here's the Jazz, who are the 2 seed in the West. The Kings, who are the most mid franchise of all time. No matter what they do, they stay mid. I know Mobley did not want an extension for the Knicks yet, but he still might want one in a later sim. If not, that trade was a little bit of a risk. Zion's still shooting it really well from 3. It's crazy. Alright, what's wrong with my team? I don't really know what's wrong with my team, to be honest. I mean, it just seems like they're simply playing worse. You know what it probably is? It's probably just the fact that I'm playing like an 11 or 12 man rotation. Probably have to cut that down to like 9 man and just make the playoffs. B-Harp has just really freaked me out with these random events. And so I'm trying not to play my guys. The Raptors still have not traded OG. That's wild. I feel like he's been on the trading block for 5 years. Maybe they just simply want too much, and they should accept my offer of 1 second. Why is Jared Allen shooting 3s? Does he do that in real life? I don't know, man. I don't watch the NBA. The Wolves, who definitely improved from last season. Blazers, who were the 1 seed. Got the Warriors here, who I think are performing worse than they should. And then finally the Wizards, who really should just put Halliburton and Bridges on the block and start from scratch, dude. I think that is it. Let's look at a mock draft. Some of these names, dude. Matt Myers. Crap. I showed a rookie. What have I done? Power rankings. These are the updated power rankings. I'm not going to post them in the Discord mid-season, but here you can see them to get a good idea of how 2K thinks your team ranks so far this year. Last month, it has your record for the last month. See, I'm 10-6 in the last month. Okay. We're picking it up. Dang. The Suns are 6-7 in the last month. That means they must have had a hot start to the season. Rockets are 12-1 in the last month. That's tied for the best record in the league. Good for them. But yeah, I think that's all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Happy Thanksgiving.